Justice has to be done. I cannot depend on the police to do anything. The police is covering up a lot of things. I don't want to talk too much, but we have to do what we have to do as civilians.
Exactly.
Because if we wait, up to now the police haven't contacted me.
That's what I was about to ask you. Did the police up to this day come to see you? Up to this day, they haven't contacted me. The commissioner, the police.
Not even the hospital.
Not even the hospital.
Not even the hospital.
What we just saw there was the beginning of an interview conducted by Ian Alleyne with the father of the deceased man shot and killed by police officers. And in this video, we're not only going to cover what was said by the father and the sister of the deceased person, but we're also going to take a look at what was said by the Minister of Homeland Security about the videos that people doing voicing their opinions on what took place. So this might be a little longer one, but trust me, you want to stay for the whole video and see exactly what's going on.
How you describe watching that video after it was posted, the unedited video?
That was a blatant slaughter.
Slaughter. You describe that as slaughter.
A blatant slaughter right here. If the police want to cover it up, then so be it. But what people saw in that video is a blatant slaughter, and it has been going on for a number of years. And so far, my son Joshua is the last example. I hope is the last example, because all these slaughtering that you're hearing people say, the police saying, or they retaliate and they shot back and thing, no truth to that at all. They just pounce on you, kill you, and that's it.
Now, there's a powerful statement made by Mr. Samaroo when he said all police reports that pertain to retaliation is false. That come from a place of hurt. It's not all. And we will be very fair and unbiased, right? But it's the majority. And when evidence like this surface, this is the conclusions that people come to. People start to question all the reports that was made in the past, all the reports that did not have video evidence.
Was there exchange of gunfire on the road? Because we have no reports where police were shooting at a vehicle on the road, where shots was fired from a vehicle. We have no persons that have already gone to our website saying that, Mr. Alleyne, there was a shooting. I was right there. I saw the back road. I was in the back road. It have no reports like that. All the shooting started. If they go back and check each time the firearm was discharged, after the police firearm was discharged, and check and see how many shots on the car.
He asked the question if there was an exchange of gunfire, if the father was aware of any exchange of gunfire, to which the father responded no. And he went on to say that there was no report. Nobody called in and say, I was on the back road there and I see the shooting incident. The person did shoot at the police. The report of the incident may be allegedly incorrect, and that is going off of what the public seeing from footage available to the public.
Do you think that this matter will be covered up?
No way, Ian, no way. This is not covering up.
Not covering up. We would not sleep until we get justice.
No, not at all. This has not been covered. This will not be covered up. This will not be covered up. I am telling you, this will not be covered up.
I hope all you see that, right? I hope all you see that. This is the corner where the incident took place. Police just jump out the vehicle and open fire. Look at where that schoolgirl is right now. Look at where that young lady walking after a hard day at school trying to get home. If she was walking while the police was doing the police operation, what would that be the case? And you're going to see in this video, you're going to see more blatant irresponsibility with handling firearm by these officers.
Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has to do a revamp. There's no if and maybe, but they got to do a revamp.
And we want an independent investigation into this matter. We are not leaving this like this at all. At all.
That is one of the most important things. That right there, what that young lady said is one of the most important things. We need to have the commissioner and Minister of Homeland Security and all the police officers involved out of this. The whole police service is supposed to be out of this investigation. It's supposed to have a separate independent board doing this investigation right now that have no ties with the police service whatsoever.
I don't know if you're aware that the former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, made a statement just a while ago. I think it could be between last and now that carefully police have to say that the girl had a gun,
And that coming from Gary Griffith, who was the Commissioner of Police for a couple of years.
That's the way it goes. He knows. Yeah, so coming from him is not frightening. That, I mean, he's saying that it's a possibility they can do it, because they will do that now. Because what they are scared about right now the cameras are wrong, pick them up. They could not fix it here.
No,
Yeah.
no.
They tried to fix it.
They tried, but they are on top of it.
I zooming into that situation where the two police by the door.
Yeah.
And I saw what was going on. I saw.
They didn't know how to put it. Nobody didn't know how to fix it. As they say, they call it insurance.
Yeah.
They call it insurance.
Yeah.
So when police go on exercise, they have something what you call insurance. So if you play riding up on your gate, I put something on it called insurance. Work with the insurance. That is the word they use, insurance.
Yeah.
Just imagine what was just said there, right? And we're taking that for a second. This father do more investigative work than the police. And imagine a father sitting down behind a computer like this right now, right? And having to replay that video over and over and over, zoom in and watch these officers tamper, interfere with his son's body after they do what they do to him.
We are not against the police. I'm not against the police.
We have good police officers.
We have good police officers, but this what we saw here warrants an investigation.
Yes, and I do not trust the commissioner anymore. He has officially
lost confidence.
lost my trust completely. I am not confident in any of his work moving forward. He has totally lost my trust as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago.
Do you agree with the Prime Minister saying that body cams must be worn?
Yes, I agree with that.
A lot of people feel that way, you know. A lot of people feel that way right now. A lot of people feel that way. And there's no disrespect to the police service at Trinidad and Tobago, but the actions that we're seeing don't align with the words that you're saying. How can the public trust you? How? And we're going to dive in a little more into that trust problem later, when you hear what the Minister of Homeland Security had to say.
And the mere fact that he's stating that his officers need counseling, I think he needs counseling.
You think
because if that is the manner in which he's dealing with this, I think he needs to seek
What
some
about you who need
psychiatric
counseling?
help.
What about the dad? How you feel?
I was asking this in my last video, right? There was no mention of support for the affected family. For the officers, yes. For the officers who, after doing what they do, gonna interfere with the body before forensics reach and them kind of thing, for the officers, yes. But for the affected family, for the paralyzed woman, there's no therapy, no counseling, no government intervention whatsoever.
What about the mother of the child, the mother of the little girl?
Exactly.
Let me just...
They only broke the news to her today. They only broke the news to my niece today that her father was murdered.
Oh, cool. The little girl?
Yes.
These people had a 5-year-old daughter. She is still pregnant. Paralyzed but pregnant. But these people had a 5-year-old daughter. And they had to explain to her now that her father is no more. When that girl gets older, you think she's going to have any trust for police? When she really learned the truth about this and understand what went on?
His twin brother.
Yeah.
He out of it.
We have to watch him.
That's the last time we spoke to was a side problem.
He's not taking this very well psychologically at all. I think we need to probably seek some counseling.
But nobody come to you for counseling.
No.
It's a week and a day now. Yeah? It's a week and a day now. It's a week and a day now.
Right, so, but no talk about help for these people, right? A twin brother, you know the kind of closeness brothers just have fathers for twins? And a twin brother grieving, he in so much grief that his family worried for his mental and physical well-being. But the police and them are studying that part, right? Counsel for the officers.
If you did not put your finger on this button, it would have been swept under the carpet.
And this here is one of the most important parts of this video. I tell you, I want to stay to the end to understand why I'm saying that, right? This is one of the most important parts of this video. I'm making videos based on what Ian Alleyne produced. Ian Alleyne is a literal savior to Trinidad and Tobago. You might not like his mannerisms and the way he does talk, but let me tell you something. If it wasn't for Ian Alleyne, things like this would have gone unnoticed. He provides more action than words. And he's a talk show host. That says a lot.
DVR was taken, persons were threatened.
Hear that? Let me listen to that again.
DVR was taken, persons were threatened. I can tell you that. Nobody on the street wanted to cooperate.
Nobody.
And everybody was like, how you get that footage? How you do this? How you do that? And he had no matter before the courts.
No matter.
He had a valid license.
Valid license.
Valid insurance.
Have it right here. Yes.
So for the people who was like, why are you running from police? We have to hide. He probably had expired license. He probably had expired insurance. Well, they hear it here. If you watch the full video, Ian Alleyne actually held the driver's license in his hand until it expired in 2028. Insurance up to mark. What really going on? What really went on in here?
You saw your brother pushing out his hands. Pushing out his hands like that. It's two hands, you know.
Yeah. Begging for life.
All the wait.
Yes.
And then you saw while he's doing that, and the police officer is shooting from the side.
And
right here.
And his hands are showing. You saw two police officers come right on this side here. His hands already up.
Okay.
One man shooting, started to shoot. So when he started to use the galley, that big gun there, when the bullets finished from that, he went to his side.
Dip in his side, yeah.
One person, so it was like, I wonder what they. So I thinking all kind of thing.
You see it for yourself if you didn't see the video before, right? You just see it for yourself there. When the officer ran out of rounds on his galley, his big machine gun, push it to the side and draw his side firearm, and empty the clip again.
Is there a death penalty in place for somebody running from the police? That is what I want to find out.
Good question.
And I don't want to comment on a particular case where a police car was used to abduct a man.
Yeah.
You see?
A police car was used to abduct a man. That matter before the court, but a police car was used to abduct a man. You see in the police car.
Corruption.
You see in the police car. A police car was used to abduct a man, and everybody know that. Who do you trust? Who do you trust?
Why are you running from police? Why are people running from police? You know if it's police?
You had an opportunity to see your son body so far?
Yes.
How many shots he got?
It's about 24.
About 24?
Yeah.
20.
25 shots were fired.
Yeah.
12, yeah.
About 25 shots were fired.
Yeah.
I was saying 90, my check.
It's 25 shots were fired.
Yeah.
25 shots. The man who was surrendering and a pregnant woman in the passenger seat. And yet still, people trying to defend this.
That was
Look, shots all on the galvanized and watch. All on galvanized, watch. All that report, watch. Bam, bam. If it's our children, if it's that clothes line of clothes all there, what about if somebody was hanging clothes?
The same thing I said just now about the young schoolgirl who was passing on the road. That's the same thing I said just now. Look at shots going through that galvanized. And somebody clothesline with clothes on it right behind it. Somebody wash basket right behind it. Somebody bathtub right behind it. Somebody pipe right behind it. These officers had no care. No care in the world. Now hear this now, While Ian Alleyne was there, conducting an interview, I think it's the same day, I'm not 100% sure, but while Ian Alleyne was there at the scene of the crime, you won't believe what happened. Ian Alleyne made the statement just now that DVR was taken, or camera footage was taken. I'm going to show you some footage, something that happened, that probably happened before Ian Alleyne made that statement, or probably happened on the same day that Ian Alleyne made that statement. I don't know the timeline of events here, but this happened right where the incident took place, just 2 houses down. Take a look at this.
Hey. Walk up.
So that's a police operation you're seeing there. That's about four jeep load of police. Where are they? Where the scene of the crime took place, the officers went to about 2 houses down to raid the premises. Looking for what? I don't know. Part of the investigation, they can't disclose that information as yet. That information is not publicly accessible as yet. Remember what I was saying, right? Publicly accessible. We're going to talk about that.
So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, police have just entered a home on the road here. Barcy Extension. All right.
So you hear that, right? A police officer who catching the tail to walk on the pavement, out of uniform and plain clothes, telling Ian Alleyne, who's standing about 100 yards away, fly. I don't know where you hear fly. That is the manner in which the police is talk to the public. And just think about this, Ian Alleyne is a host of the biggest crime show in Trinidad and Tobago, with over 3 million views a month, both regionally and internationally. And that police officer in plain clothes so brave to walk up to, barely walk up to Ian Alleyne with a camera and say that to him. So imagine what it is with the normal citizens. Citizens who they just stop on the road. These police officers have no kind of training to deal with the public. And even if they have it, they don't use it. They don't apply it. 3 million people watching him a month from the entire world. And you feel brave enough to walk up to that camera and talk to him in that manner while he's standing in the public. 100 yards away from your police investigation, not interfering with anything. You want to know what made the police officers and them so brave to do that? This is the Minister of Homeland Security. The Minister of Homeland Security. All right. Now, he was a police officer and the Commissioner of Police for a number of years, so he knows how the services work. So let me hear his insight on what he thinks about this whole thing. This is what he have to say.
I don't think I might be the rightest man to ask this question.
Who is the righteous man to ask the question then? Who? Now let me hear why you are the correct person to ask this and where you're going with the statement that you're making.
Because, you see, when persons who never police this place and understand what police has to go through daily, they might have a different view. But for someone who has been confronted with gunfire on numerous occasions, it is difficult for me to think otherwise.
So what I have to do with the investigation in question right now, what I have to do with the case in question, as far as all the footage that are available to the public, we see no gun, we see no shots fired, we see no exchange of fire. The only thing we see is police shooting a man in the car, unarmed man in a car while his pregnant wife was in the passenger seat. So let me hear.
But on a whole, you know what is important here? Evidence. And the police could have brought it out early,
The police could have brought it out early. Why the police didn't bring it out early?
But we respect the rule of law. The police respects that.
That is a joke. Anybody who watched that video and anybody who had any kind of dealings with the TTPS know that statement is a joke. If police officers respect the law, every single police officer who was involved in that shooting would have a body cam on them, and the footage would have been used in court. All they feel the public stupid. That's what they feel.
The police also respect that, listen, there's an investigation taking place, so we must be cautious as to how we put things out in the public domain. And looking at it from this angle, something needs to be done with those who do that in terms of the law. You cannot put things out there, get the public opinion on only what they saw for 2 minutes or a minute and a half, and then draw a conclusion to it.
Why not? Let me challenge you on that, right? Why not? Now this is what I say, right? Or they feel the public stupid. Why not? Why can't the public use publicly accessible information and draw an opinion on it? Why not? Here is a video. This video on a public platform like Facebook. I cannot voice my opinion based on that video. All right, let me hear the rest.
The time has come for that to change. And the persons who continue to do that, there must be law to treat to that. So that might be the next angle that we're looking at.
But this thing's so funny, It's so funny, it's a joke. Let me tackle that angle now. You honestly think that you could put a law in place to stop free speech, to stop people from voicing opinions based on publicly accessible information? Good luck. Marvin Gonzalez come out and he voiced his opinion replying to what the Minister of Homeland Security said.
I want to advise the Minister of Homeland Security. You need to understand your work. You need to understand your job. You need to understand your ministerial responsibility. It is not your duty, and neither it is the duty of the United National Congress to muzzle citizens who will dare speak the truth to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Truth or facts or even opinions based on publicly accessible information. Remember that. Publicly accessible information. That had nothing to do with the case that's going on. That information is already made public.
Because you don't speak. You invoke standing orders. You don't present yourself at news conferences. And when you do, it's an absolute disaster. So we cannot certainly depend on people like you to speak on behalf and to speak truth to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Your responsibility as a minister is to ensure that all divisions and all agencies that fall under your command, that they speak truth to the people of Trinidad and Tobago and that they are transparent. You attempt to attack and to muzzle people who dare speak the truth and to put information out in the public domain so that the public can understand what is taking place. Your attempt to attack people like that is not going to be tolerated. It certainly will not be tolerated.
I look at the comments for this video. Now we see what Minister Gonzalez had to say, right? I watch the comments for this video. And to be completely honest with you, I do agree 100% with the things that Minister Gonzalez have to say, especially in his entire tenure. But let me be real about something, right? In Trinidad, people have this culture where just because you have a personal vendetta against somebody, you don't like them, they're from a political party that you're not affiliated with or you don't want them to do it, you don't want to hear the opinions and the voice. So you ignore all, good and bad. People are talking about the information that was said. They ain't talking about what Minister Gonzalez said. You know what they're talking about? They're talking about Minister Gonzalez. That's what they're talking about. Nothing to do with the information that was actually put out because you don't like the person. And that culture is the culture that had to change if we want to see change in Trinidad and Tobago. We really don't know what direction they're heading in because this is in the hands of those in authority. And trust with those in authority is something that's so feeble right now, you could stand up on a Dixie and feel more safe than that. When time to face the law come, everybody could face the law after. But even a prisoner who injured, this get medical treatment from the government. So what really going on? And one thing is for sure, the attempt to muzzle citizens on speaking on publicly accessible information is something that's not going to happen. It's something that cannot happen and something that will not happen. Now, as this story progresses, I will try to keep giving you updates on all the publicly accessible information that I could get my hands on. And for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know this was a little longer than my usual videos, and I hope that you stay and look at everything. You watch till the end. Information and knowledge is the one thing that they can't take from us. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment with your thoughts below. Let me know what you think about this whole issue. About each part in this, you know, the interview with the father, the statement made by the Minister of Homeland Security, and the reply that was given by Minister Gonzalez. Let me know what you think about all these things. I like to hear your opinion on these things. So once again, for them for those reviews, it's Jeremy, and I'll see everybody in the next one. Later.